And let's talk a little bit about the Supreme Court decision on forgiveness of student loans. You were one of the folks that said, we can't do that. In fact, serious enough that you said, we're going to put a marker here and say you can't do this. Pretty big decision, wasn't it?
Oh, it was huge, and it was a huge victory for the American public and for the Constitution, because, you know, there's one hallmark piece of what the Biden administration does is complete overreach, and this was just yet another example. $425 billion that he was going to basically do by fiat without the approval of Congress, and fortunately, the Supreme Court stopped him.
Yeah, they stopped him, but they stopped him in part because you got a preliminary injunction by filing a lawsuit saying you can't do that. It started with you.
Yeah, absolutely. We were really proud of that. Back in November, Judge Pittman in Texas basically vacated the whole thing, so they had to do a grinding halt to the actual project. And Steve, that was just literally a few days away from them hitting the button and distributing $425 billion. So we're really, really happy and proud of the work that we did on that, because if it hadn't been really for that judgment, that money would have been out the door, and the win at the Supreme Court would have almost been moot, because we would have had to try to claw back $425 billion. Good luck trying to do that.
Yeah, let me ask you this, because I think there's not any doubt, not in my mind, and I don't think in yours either probably, the United States government should not be involved in student loans at all. This is something that happened under the Obama administration, should not have happened. Now you've got millions of people that are basically creating cash flow to the United States government, because here's the problem. Forgiving the loans is wrong, shouldn't happen. But what's happening to students that have borrowed money, that make their payment every month, and the balance, the principal never goes down. They've got them on the hook on infinitum. And that's wrong. We need to find a way that these loans can be repaid in a reasonable way, done properly, because the government has all of these basically financial slaves at work for them every month. And those payments are going to start again here, and it's a cash cow for the government, and it is wrong, isn't it?
Yeah, it absolutely is wrong. And not too many people realize it, but basically under the Obama administration, Steve, they basically nationalized student loans. And why did they do that? Basically to help pay for Obamacare, because they figured, hey, let's just go ahead and bring those loans and those interest payments in, and we'll do that as an offset to the Obamacare program. And so, but it's been a disaster since then. And basically because the government effectively has written blank checks to universities where tuition increases have just been double digit for the past 25, 30 years, actually. It's just astronomical. It's unfair to the students. It's unfair to the hardworking families that do decide to take out loans, and these students that are trying to pay them off. And you're right, the interest payments, they'll never pay off these loans. And so, you know, we actually urge Congress to let's bring in the top 25 college presidents and ask them, why are your tuition costs going up the way they are? And why aren't you guys using the $700 billion of endowment funds out there to offset some of these loans?